Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I am in the house with this Peña Knives X-Series Apache in green fat carbon. Really cool one. Please don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. As usual, we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this little guy. But first of all, let's just do a size check. This is a pretty small knife, guys. It's gonna be 6.5 inch long overall with a 2.75 inch long blade and I would say like 3.5 inch long handle. And let's see how this guy compares up against some pretty popular option. Let's start with the Ontario Rat number 2. Look at this, smaller than that. Of course, Ontario Rat number 1. Look at that dwarfing, that's that little fella. And another interesting one, this is the TRM Neutron. And we're gonna have, of course, TRM Atom, again, smaller than that. And another two classic, of course, we've got Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and Spyderco Para 3 right over there, matching Flytanium scales, of course. What else do you want to see? Something small? Sure. This is another from Flipper. This is the CVV McKenna with black Damascus and copper scales, I believe. And this is the James brand, The County. Right over here, this is all from the Wi-Fi collection, and this is the CRKT Inara. Right over here, another small one that I have hanging around is this beauty here. This is a phenomenal knife. It's the Rogers Designed OEM. Really cool one and pretty hard to get. What else can I show you? I can show you some big boys. This is the Reiki Knives Knight in Dama Steel. And also, look at this. Two guys dwarfing this little Peña. Poor guy. This is the two-lay, also from Reiki Knives. And since we are talking about front flipper, this is the Garth Ball Shamwari 3.3 inch long. And let's do another small little guy right over here. Shirogorov Neon Zero. And because we have that, of course, let's do Shirogorov F95 Custom Division White Tiger, just to give you a sense of proportion. And are we done? No, we are not. Let me just show you something truly spectacular. Just stay tuned for the review of this little guy. A buddy just sent it in to review. This is the small Sebenza 21 in a spirograph blade, and this is the large Sebenza 21 in a night sky unique graphic right over there. So this is the Peña Knives Apache front flipper in a fat carbon, green fat carbon scales. This is a limited edition. There's only 10 made of this little fella right over here. Exclusively made for crane cutlery. This is a $350 knife. Really nicely made by Riyadh in China. It is, I would say, a liner lock kind of thing, because these are not really bolsters. These are just part of this liner, so there's scales, so technically liner lock, but pretty much frame lock. But you let me know in the comments. It's a pretty small knife, and it's made in titanium, of course, and fat carbon right over here, which is a beautiful material to work with. In fact, another variation of the carbon fiber is this beautiful carbo quartz, which is just phenomenal, guys. And this is a different material. It's fat carbon, which it's beautifully shimmering under the right light. In person is much better than in video or in pictures. You've got some nice chamfering going on the sides. You have a little bit of chamfering going on right on the inside. Really, really nicely done. There's no skeletonization on the liners, so they're just solid slabs. You've got some jimping going on over here and here, with just a little stop, like a little area here not jimped. This is mainly to front flip the knife, and this is mainly to when you grip, when you have your grip off the knife right over here. There's no hole, lanyard hole, no space to place like a lanyard anywhere right over here. Just a 3D mill titanium backspacer. You have, of course, like the option of doing like a front flip with your index, or you can also use your thumb. Probably, I think the thumb is like absolutely effective, more effective than the front flip. I mean, easily deployable with both methods, or you even have the nail nick, of course, right over here. But I really like the thumb action going on over here. Also, of course, since this is titanium, which is softer than M390 steel, you're gonna have, look at that, your tiny lock face insert in stainless steel to avoid lock stick. You've got a little bit of lock release relief here, which is probably one of my gripes about this knife. That's something that I'm not really comfortable with, because you have to jam your finger like that, and this area here, since it's open, tends to snag the flesh of your finger, of the fingertip, like right in this crevice right over here. So it's not ideal. I would have preferred maybe a little bit more cut out over here, but it would have ruined the clean design of this little guy. So that's one thing that I would have designed differently. Also, you've got, interestingly, T10 and T9 Torx bits needed for the disassembly. So T10 for the pivot, T9 for the handle, and you got three T6 right underneath this scale. Please check my disassembly and maintenance video if you want to see how it's done. It's pretty straightforward. And you've got, of course, a nicely done 3D milled titanium pocket clip, nice springy action, very, very easily taken in and out of the pocket. Something that I mean, I'm not like also another fan is that it's gonna protrude from your pocket kind of like this. So it's not deep carry in any ways. You're gonna have like this much sticking out. Of course, the clip is only mountable on this side. You cannot reverse it, but it's not a big deal, I think. Overall, you've got a very, very nice blade shape. That's probably one of my favorite blade shapes at the moment. It's a beautifully done Warncliffe shape, 2.75 inch long, M390 steel. You have a nice jimping going on right over here and a nice nail nick, and then you got your swedge going on up to this point, and then it stops and just goes down, so you still have a pretty robust tip and flat grind with a satin directional finish over here, and just like I would say 30% belly, and then straight edge up to this very interestingly designed sharpening choil, which reveals the thinness of the stock employed in this blade, which is pretty cool. This is a nice slicer, guys. So this, I would say, this is thinner than your Para 3, of course, but for example is a little bit thicker than your OEM Rogers design, which is an amazing slicer. So just a little bit thicker, but M390, very, very nicely done. It's very interesting to see the plunge grind going on in this sharp corner right over here. It's nicely done. It's very interesting to see this. What I'm not really a fan of is this billboarding Peña X series going on. I really like the M390 subtle logo, let's say, and I honestly like very much the font they employed over here. This is, yeah, I mean, I like sterile looking blade, but not a biggie. So that's the blade. Of course, hardware is sticking out just a little bit. This is nicely polished, but these are absolutely flush with the handle. So very, very good for bolsters, I would say, in titanium, of course. And if you hear the noise, look at this, nice and snappy. When you close it, it's like almost inaudible. Opening sound, really nice and clacky, kind of silent right over there. This is with the index action, and this is with the thumb action, and the difference in the sound is because when you cup your hand like that and you use your thumb, you're gonna create like some resonance going on with your hand, and if you just do like that, the structure is open for the sound to escape and then produce a different sound. But hey, pretty silent, and also very, very unobtrusive if you use the nail nick. If you just flip it like that, it's going to be a little bit more loud, but also it's going to be unobtrusive 100%. This little guy weighs in at 2.6 ounces, so it's absolutely light and very, very tiny, but also like it doesn't weigh much in your pocket. It's gonna be a breeze just to carry this guy around. Of course, blade, it's absolutely centered. There's no blade play. Of course, no hot spot. It's tiny, it's slim. This guy's protruding, but you would think maybe, yeah, there's some blade play. No, nothing. It's very nicely done. There's the jimping is working really nicely. It's a little bit on the sharp side, but I actually like it because it's catching on your flesh and it's grippy. I wouldn't try to do any reverse grip on this side because it's, yeah, look at this. It's just disappearing in my hand. You can't really choke up more than this, but overall, it's gonna feel absolutely solid in the hand. It's solidly built, guys. There's nothing moving, zero gaps, fit and finish, it's spot on, no blade play. Pretty cool clip ramp, very easy to take in and out of the pocket, nice clip retention. Clip is nicely designed, too bad that it's sticking out a little bit too much for me. Deployment speed, it's absolutely fast because the physics involved in this one, if you do your thumb or your index, it's gonna be fast. No finger sore because the jimping is it's done nicely, super smooth. This guy is running on bearings, plastic cage. Detent strength is gonna be on the medium light side. There's no way you're gonna be able to touch the tip of the blade even if you jam your finger in. No rattling when shaken. I mean, this guy is put together absolutely in a good way. The only gripe I have is this area here, not so easy to release the lock bar. There's no lock stick, of course, because of this stainless steel insert. There is no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna have a little bit of hard step right over here, but you have nice free fall action as soon as you disengage the lock bar. Look at that. But there's no guillotine effect. You have to wiggle a little bit in order for you to be able to close the blade. Just very, very low detent suction, but I mean, overall, this guy, it looks sleek. This is a gentleman knife with some modern touch of the fat here with the fat carbon. If you don't like the green, I'm not super fan of the green. There is also a blue version. Good luck finding one, but they pop up. You just need to be careful and patient, but overall the look is really sleek, really cool, really slim. The sound is interesting, the grip, the feel is good, the action is very good, so I can say that I like this little fella. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.